Stacey J.
And I'm Chuck Duran.
Are you ready for part 2 with Fred Tatasciore?
Yeah, but before we go to Fred Tatasciore, I want to remind everybody that this is episode 198, and the countdown to episode 200 starts today,
Yes,
baby.
we're getting so close.
We got some cool
so
stuff
excited.
coming to you.
We do.
Let's go to Fred.
Okay.
So let's do Jimi Hendrix one more time.
All right, baby, you don't want to be empty inside now. It's all right, Chuck and Stacey. We're here.
Excuse me.
Excuse me while I...
Oh, I love that. You're gonna do it one more time before
All right,
the
baby,
show.
we'll do one more, baby.
Okay, ask him something.
He's
All right,
addicted.
ask me
Are
that.
you sure you're
Yeah,
done?
yeah.
You and
All
Jimmy
right.
need to get a room. Do you remember the moment? I mean, you mentioned Ren and Stimpy, but that moment when you felt like, oh, like I've arrived, like I am in this, I'm a player, I'm taken seriously, I'm being heard.
Yeah, I remember Invader Zim. It was a great show that I got with Jonan Vasquez. I got to really, that was a big show for me to get a start in. And I remember going, oh, they called me back?
Yeah.
You mean I'm actually a regular now?
Wow.
Oh, wow. I mean, a guest regular. I wasn't like me,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. But it was, and they would give me these great parts to play. And I remember going, yeah, I'm doing this. And then it was tons of, at the time too, tons of looping. I was doing a lot of kung fu movies because they wanted to avoid the like, hey, you. Get the gods. Go. You know, like they wanted like you lip flap perfectly.
Yeah.
Then it was Gladiator. I had done a ton of looping for that. I'm all over that movie. It's hilarious. You watching it and you
That's
go, oh my
so
God. Yeah, but that was a big break. Those were big breaks. And I remember thinking, oh, wow, I can actually, you know, make a living at this.
Yeah.
Then one of my best friends, David Permenter, got me a job on Republic Pictures doing a trailer for Hype. This is the grunge movement movie,
Yeah.
documentary.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
Nirvana, 7-year bitch, da-da-da-da. You know, and I didn't know that on the 4th beep you were supposed to start talking. So the guy, like, you know, the producer just went, he hit me on the 4th beep because I didn't know. He's like, that's when you talk. That's when you talk. You start
When I
talking
hit
on
you, you
when
talk.
you're the 4th. Go. Yeah, it was great. Yeah. And I was assaulted that year too by John Kay as well, working on that, because I would just say, you know, he's like, you studied acting? Yeah, really? Okay. You know, and I went in and I did this. No, it wasn't bad. He was awesome. But I would go in and he goes like, no, you're actually being throttled by this guy. And he's like shaking me up in the, I'm like, wow, people are physically assaulting me. I'm like learning the hard way. But it was really once that started rolling along, Invader Zim, Family Guy, I was like, wow, I can actually make a living doing this. And again, I had, Pat Brady and then, Kathy Lizio and all these people pushing for me. Paul Doherty at CESD.
Well, it's pretty easy to push for you, man. Not only are you a sweetheart,
No.
even though you're everybody says really nice stuff
I know.
about you.
This is how it goes.
I mean-
this is how it goes. Because first of all, everyone always has, mad respect for, literally always like when you're in session with Freddie, like he inhabits it. He's so physical. But undoubtedly, it's always you say your name and people go, "Oh, I love
love
Fred."
I've got them all fooled.
He's
and
the
it's
coolest guy
you're the
ever.
nicest man in the world.
No.
Yeah.
You are.
Gandhi was great.
So that
Okay.
with buckets and buckets of talent
Thank you. Gosh.
equals
nothing.
a lot of cash in the bank.
Not always.
A lot of cash in the bank.
Not always.
Well,
No,
lot
just
of
because you work a lot doesn't mean
gratification.
you get to be a working actor, and that is the dream come true. It's like just being able to be. You're not buying huge things. You're not doing. It's just to be able to be,
Do
make
what
a
you
living
love.
doing what
Yeah.
you love is incredible. To go in there and just be able to, and yes, it is a lot of work. It's not, a lot of people think it's, I mean, it depends on the jobs.
Yeah.
Some people think, it's easy, man. You just show up and you just say the words and no, you gotta, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna inhabit it and do it
Yeah.
and live it out.
Yeah.
But man, at the end of the day, and you may feel like you've been in a fight all day, but it's wonderful and it is a lot of work and you have to put up with a lot of BS.
Oh, yeah.
There's scheduling, there's the celebrity thing where, like I say, and by the way, when I say the celebrity thing, I don't mean it's bad that celebrities do stuff.
you mean it's really
No,
bad?
I
that
mean,
celebrities do
no, that's crazy. They're celebrities because they're good actors many times. It's
Right.
like, so if you write in a part, you want that person, they get the movie made.
Yeah.
I don't have any problem with that. It's my only issue is you know what? The marquee value should be also equal to, I'm going to see a Maurice LaMarche Billy West movie. Does anyone know those? Yes, they do in the VO world.
Yeah.
Right,
But
right.
to tell a producer, no, they're fine enough to be. That's enough of an animated movie to
Yeah.
know that those two, for example,
Yeah.
100 others, but just
Yeah.
say like,
Right.
yeah, I'm going to go see that movie.
Yeah.
Well, Rob
Absolutely.
Paulson's in that movie. I'm going to see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking just to this community. I'm talking worldwide. In Japan, voice actors have concerts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They do, for real?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I think more and more people are becoming aware of this community. Going,
Yeah.
no, it doesn't mean, oh, those guys shouldn't, because I know I'm friends with a lot of celebrities who are awesome. So it doesn't matter. It just means just because they're great in TV and film,
Right.
that's great. There's also a whole bunch of people who are really, I would never stop somebody from doing their thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or say,
Yeah.
oh, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's baloney.
If they're great at
No,
it,
but
that's
I
great.
want to work with, all those
Yeah.
guys.
You're right. You're right. And the
John
talent-
Goodman, come on.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
the-
Right.
I do scratch for a movie and I could tell my part's getting too big.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know that's death for you, And
Yeah.
you're like, okay. And then, it's Hal Holbrook takes over your part.
Yeah,
You go, well, okay.
Right.
Yeah, I would pick Hal Holbrook too. Can I sit in on the session and learn something?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
never think of it that way. I wish that it was not so hidden.
Yeah.
Some of these guys.
I agree
Yeah.
with you, man, because
Yeah.
the talent that's out there is just mind-boggling.
It is.
It really,
It's
really
really
is.
good at what they
Yeah.
do.
Absolutely. Let me ask you something, man. What advice could you give somebody out there that wanted to make voiceover a full-time gig for them? Like, what are some things that you would suggest they would do?
Okay. Get a car. No. You do a lot of driving. No, I would say one of the big, let's see, starting from scratch, I would say acting. I'm sure that's what you've heard a lot.
A lot of people
I was watching
mention
a
that.
great Bill Farmer interview. I'm going to do Bill Farmer.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
he did. I just like doing that, boy. But he's right. It's like, acting is first. It's the real deal. Then learning improv. Doing any kind of singing you can do, any kind of thing that you're good at doing.
Yeah.
Just go with that, and then learn your technique. Just learn as much as you can going in. And I say acting, improv, then learning your mic technique. Find your niche, and go outside of your niche too. But do you have a range? Then let's explore all your ranges and dialects that you possibly can. Never stop learning. If you're just a person that is like, okay, I have one or two voices, work on that, hone that. But hear yourself, record yourself any way you can so you can hear it back.
Yeah.
That's a big one. And then, you got to get out there and get an agent somehow, and that's the big mystery. That's the hardest part of the gig, I think, is trying to get someone who really, I've been very blessed with these agents, that backs you, that doesn't just go, yeah. No, they got to believe in you full out.
Yeah.
And then try to never stop growing. That's a general. I can get more specific, but I
So,
think we're
always
we're
getting
out of break.
better and better.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And by the way, I'm a demo producer, and one of the things that I do, have done for many years, is help people through the process of getting an amazing demo done and then finding an agent.
Yes.
Which nobody else wants to help anybody, because nobody wants to get involved. I love to get involved with that, especially with talented
So you got to
people.
find that. That's demo is
the whole
key
to the
too.
mystery is right here, baby.
No, it's true.
Well,
Getting
and
a
having
good
the
demo
patience,
together.
the patience, because it doesn't always happen on the first try or the fifth try or the 10th
No.
try. You got to keep pushing and plugging.
And then you have to have some way you can get some job on the side that is flexible enough for you to be able to, unless you're independently wealthy or you have friends and family that are helping you.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've had all of the above, but literally get something flexible job where you can make auditions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uber.
There's another. Is that right?
You're
Wouldn't
like,
that
I
be a
got to
great
run into an audition.
I mean,
You
a great
got
job.
somebody?
It's like, hey, you're driving to an audition, make a little money, drop
I
somebody off.
just know
go to your
I'd get
audition.
somebody lost. I'd be like,
You
I know
would.
it's around here.
No. Fred would have someone in the back seat, and he'd be like, I got to run into this audition. I'll be right
Yeah.
back.
Do you
and
mind
the guy's
driving?
sitting there.
I'll have them drive.
So let's go there with demos.
Yeah.
You've been, you're not new, but
Kind of.
you're newer. You're
Yes.
not, Rob Paulson. I mean,
Yeah.
those guys, you
Maybe
didn't
not
really.
the est.
Yeah.
No, I'm not the
You're-
new West,
no,
but I'm
I
newer.
mean, you've
Yeah,
been in the
newer.
part of the business where you needed to know about social media and the digital stuff and demos. So from your experience, from when you started to now, like, what is your opinion about the demo and what's worked and not worked? And
I would say I took a lot of classes, voice acting. I didn't get any jobs from that. A lot of people think you're going to get jobs from taking classes.
Yeah.
Right.
You might, but not really. Just learn to fall down, learn to fail.
Yeah.
Do some classes and screw up, because that's a good place to do it.
Yeah.
The demo thing, I made a demo many years ago, and it was long. It was long, but it was good. I'm actually happy with it. I should post it.
like how
You
long?
have-
Like 3
It's
minutes?
almost 4 minutes.
Oh, 4 minutes.
Because it was like, here's some voices, and they had all the characters talking to each other.
Yeah.
Nice.
Most demos, for real, and you could
Yeah.
talk about this, they have to sound like they're lifted from a show.
Sure, and
with
they
the
have to
thing.
sound real,
Like I didn't do that. I just did a whole diatribe of all
Nice.
these characters and
It's
animals
unique.
Yeah.
working off each other, and that worked. But that was really great for that time.
Yeah.
You know. I think it would be harder to do that right now. I don't know, but now everybody has the YouTubes, which I love.
Yes.
They have all the stuff you can go to and see and check
Yeah.
out, websites and stuff. This used to be just a disc or
Yeah.
you know,
Or a
it's like tape. Rare, you know, this is a
Yeah.
tape, and it was good. It was fun for me to do that, and I listened to the tape recently, and going, oh my God, I still do a lot of those voices.
You
They've
need
just
to convert
changed.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before
Okay,
it deteriorates.
we're gonna get together. You're gonna bring
Would
that
you do that
tape,
for me?
and we're gonna put it
And you wanna
on
post
a
it?
digital.
Yeah.
We'll put it on
Yeah.
a digital file so
Okay.
it'll never disappear.
I would love
We'll
that.
put it on the YouTube.
Let's
We'll
put it on the
it on
YouTube.
the YouTube.
Yeah,
Yes.
on the intranets.
The
On the
interwebs.
internet, the interwebs.
Yes.
in the web. Those computers, I think they're not going to last very long. I think it's a television and
So-
a typewriter.
Yeah.
It seems like the work of the devil.
Yeah, some people still use that little thing.
I know.
Yeah, so
Kooky.
and you're right. See, you get to a certain point in your career where the demo is not really that important
No.
anymore because people already know you in the
Yeah,
industry.
but it's really good to have.
But it's really, especially in the beginning stages, because
Really good.
You're not going to get an agent without a demo.
No.
You're not going to get a lot. The agent's not going to be able to sell you.
Yeah.
Or say, hey, I got this new guy. He's really great.
Yeah.
This is what he does.
Yeah.
So
These days
you got to have.
Got to
that.
have a good video, have a good thing.
Yeah.
And then the demos, and correct me, because again, this is your world.
Absolutely.
You got to have good character. I've even heard interactive demos. Like they've
Well,
broken.
yeah, that's for video games.
I know, but to
Totally.
me, the process
Yeah.
of character acting are very similar. If I'm working on a video game or cartoon, I've noticed though that cartoons, most of the ones I work on, unless they're the superhero stuff, pretty much comedy improv.
Comedy-driven.
Most films I work on is pretty drama or broad,
Yeah.
like I'm Creature or it's very serious.
Exactly.
Interactive. If you told me 25 years ago, or you know, like the classical acting I learned, all the Shakespeare acting I learned would go into a video game, I would have thought, what? Pac-Man!
Yeah.
Come hither!
Yeah.
You must eat the fruit before the eyeballs enter the labyrinth. You know, like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It made no sense.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what are you talking about? No, that you're actually doing these dramatic pieces,
Yeah.
you know, on you know, you're playing these orcs, you're playing all
Yeah.
these it's kings and you know
Yeah, absolutely.
it's so dramatic and
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
The stuff.
Well, that's why, nowadays you have people that have, obviously your commercial demo.
Yes, and
If
that's
you're-
the other one.
You have an animation demo for
Yes. Mm-hmm.
animation. If you're really, really serious about doing video games, you'll have a video game
I
demo.
didn't realize
Right?
they
Yeah,
had
you
the-
didn't realize it, but yeah, so everything is separated.
And don't forget. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No.
Promo trailer narrative.
Yeah.
There's the
Yes.
promo world.
The promo world.
Trailers in a world where we're sitting and talking. You know, like, that.
Jaws 2.
Yeah, Jaws 2. That's personal or whatever the hell happened. The damn shark. Looks very scary. So it's all of those. Trailers its own world.
Its own world,
Holy
yeah.
moly. Promo.
Yeah.
God bless it if you can get a
Big,
job.
huge.
Yeah.
Narration's fun. Every
Yeah.
now and then you're on the History Channel and
Yeah.
it was her
Yeah.
maiden voyage that
Yeah.
began in 1847. You know, and you're that guy.
Yeah.
And those are great, but those are all separate.
Yeah.
Areas
Commercials are a big
everyone
deal.
wants
Absolutely.
everything.
Yeah.
Like for example, you're with a big agency. Your agent, well, one of your agents is Pat Brady.
Yeah.
Pat Brady does not mingle in promos.
No.
That's a whole
So
different
that's
department.
like, for example.
That's why if you presented Pat Brady with a promo demo, she's going to be like, "What the hell do you want me to do with that?"
That's right. So
and
then
hence why everything
yeah.
has
So
to
she
be
goes to Vinny
separated.
Bruno, who does
Vinny,
like
exactly.
who does that. If it's commercial, it's Samit Iyengar or
Yep.
Bo Bradal. That's going to be that, and Kathy and Pat do. The
Yeah.
character, and Paul Doherty oversees the whole thing. So it's like you got like 7, 8 agents in these places.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Taking
You know,
care of
it's-
all the different
it's-
genres.
When James Arnold Taylor was here, he was talking
That
about
hack. No.
right. There's a guy with
Another-
one voice.
There's a guy who is very lucky who's done. That guy has got more voices.
I
It's
know, man.
insane.
It's insane.
He's
So
Fred
awesome.
Flintstone.
Yes.
And he says, he's how you doing?
Well,
Yeah,
no,
it's
he
good to
was
see you.
talking about this
You know?
a story about, when he was going to be opposite you, and he's like, what do I have, how can I possibly have, I don't have this big, huge voice, but he went in and
does.
did what he did, and
Yes.
he got it. But he was also talking about, we obviously know his incredible, inspiring story of getting his voice back.
Yeah.
But he was talking about your various teas that you like.
Oh.
And
To protect the throat, you mean?
yes.
Okay.
And so obviously you have these big voices, and so how do you take care of your voice? with
It's
working
well,
so much?
okay. When you do a lot of that kind of work, I equate it to stunt work. When you're doing
Yeah.
stunt work, if you're yelling a lot, you're doing a lot of that sort of stuff, and and D. Bradley Baker is another one that we talk about it
Yeah.
all the time. We're like, how we take care of our voice. Okay, there are many things, and I'll try to do it quickly for you. But shutting up, sleep is good. Jess Harnell even told me, don't speak after 10.
Yeah.
I was told by an
He
opera.
should take
Right.
his own advice.
I know. Hey, buddy, I love you, Jess. I'm just kidding. But after, so then, sleeping, and I was told by an opera singer too to just rest. Not even that not talking isn't a big deal, but just go back into breathing regularly for 10 hours if you can. Restore it. Those are big. Vocal rest
Yeah.
is huge.
Yeah.
I've had to tape my mouth because
Really?
just because nobody knows. People say, okay, don't talk, but then you end up answering questions.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you have to really shut down.
And then whispering is even
worse.
worse
It is.
Yeah.
It
than
is.
talking. So
It
yeah.
is. You just, it's a string. It's like a electrical string instrument.
Yeah.
And if you break the bow, you break the strings, you got to repair them. So then lots of water, gargling with salt water, warm water has helped. Slippery elm tea, that has really helped. Throat coat, meaning.
Yeah.
There's Entertainer Secret.
Yep.
That's a good spray. There's so many. Singer Saving
Yeah.
Grace. There's some great lozenges. Then I use this stuff called King Nimjom Pepakoa. Forgive my pronunciation.
Whoa, Nimjom
And it's
Pepakoa.
just it's a honey loquat and a bunch of other herbs. It's like rosining the bow, and it's very good. You can take it straight or put it in the hot
How
water.
do you get it? Do you order it on the internet?
You
or-
can. You can do Amazon or most health food stores will have
Amazon,
it.
of course.
And one
Yeah.
more time, it's called.
King Nim Jiom Pepa Koa. And if you go Nim Jom, N-I-M-Jiom. Yeah, you look it
Nimjom,
up. It's
something
a
like that.
you could
Yeah.
get it in a lot of herbal stores, and it doesn't affect you. Don't worry. It's it's not
It'll make
psychoactive.
your voice drop.
And
It doesn't
it's-
get you high.
No, it does not get
Okay.
you high. A lot of people are like, "What are you drinking?"
Yeah.
there
No one
like
looked at it. He's like,
crushed
"You got stuff with
mushrooms?
Chinese lettering on it."
Unless you put a little bit of that in it.
This?
Then
No,
you're
that what you
really
been giving me? No, it works very well.
Yeah.
The other thing too is warming up and warming down, doing scales, singing, humming.
do you do that?
Yeah, especially if I'm really doing something scary.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll drive home and it'll be even after I do a big. It sounds so dumb because you're like, no. Like just to kind of
Yeah.
get myself
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
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 So you think of it like stunts. You're warming up, you're warming down,
Yeah.
and then there's a lot of stuff that you can do, like rest and liquids that can help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I'd like to write up a whole list of stuff, to get it out there because
Yeah.
there's so many things.
Well, that's cool. That's a lot, man. If you weren't in the entertainment industry, what do you think you could have been great at?
Oh, I would have loved to have been a teacher.
A teacher?
Yeah,
Oh,
and history.
definitely not math.
Art.
We know that
Well,
that's-
geometry. Don't get me
Geometry.
wrong.
Oh, hey. Okay.
does like
Truncated icosahedodecahedron. Gonna blow your mind with those
Professor
shapes.
Travis.
Oh my God!
Don't you mess with me on the
you
math.
are so insane.
Professor Trapezoid over
Yeah, try
there.
Professor Trapezoid, please. It's not helping the
teacher.
SATs. No, I think I would have loved that whole element. I'd love to learn.
Yeah.
I'm the most curious, ridiculous person around. I mean, I'm always trying to find out stuff. You know?
Yeah.
I would have loved to have done that, I
Yeah.
think. You know, because honestly, a lot of really my whole world, I love the arts. That's been my main
Yeah.
push.
Is there
you know?
anything new that you want to be doing in the future that you haven't accomplished yet that you'd like to accomplish?
Yeah. I'd like to just continue on with this, and continue to go. And I'd like to do some more new recordings, and animate those.
Oh,
That's what I'd
cool.
like to do.
Nice.
That's my sort of next step. If I can keep my job and do that, that's really, and I'm working on it now.
Yeah.
So it's like I'd like to
That's
continue. I've been
cool.
doing a lot of improv that goes into animation.
Yeah.
I work, with the Rubber Chicken Cards. This is a group I work with where,
Rubber Chicken Cards?
Yeah, voice improv, that voiceover improv thing. There's an improv group. My friend, we do these ducky films. My friend Devin Uzan, who I've known since second grade.
Wow.
Well, then you
Yeah.
have to show your socks.
Oh,
The ducky socks.
the ducky socks.
no.
This takes away any kind of authority. I got rubber ducky. It takes away any authority you may have,
Yes.
especially
Yeah.
characters I play. Like,
Totally.
your suffering will be legendary. Oh, don't ignore the socks. Nothing to see here. But yeah, so yeah, I'd like to continue just creating
That's
more
really
stuff.
cool,
Yeah.
I really would, and I think this is a great time to be an artist, folks.
Oh my gosh, so
Stuff
no
you can do
limits.
live, podcasts. You may not be a
totally,
cash
man.
cow, but get a job you like, and you
Yeah.
go with it, and then wow, it would be great to just write some new stuff with the voices I know to
Right.
do.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely, man. What are some things that you feel that you do, maybe on a daily basis, weekly basis, that to kind of keep you balanced, because you're busy, you're doing work, you got business things that need to be taken care of, you got your own life and, family, friends.
Right.
How do you stay balanced?
I don't know if I stay balanced.
Are you balanced?
Are you balanced?
I am trying to be.
It was not a rhetorical question. Now
I
you're a
tend-
gymnast.
Fred, come back!
Oh,
a
sorry.
gymnast.
I tend to lean.
He's a wiener.
I do. There's still a lot of drinking. Try to take a spiritual approach to life.
Yes.
I love to hike. I love body surfing so much. I got great people in my life, great friends and
Yeah.
family. I have been blessed
Yeah.
with people in my life like you can't believe.
Man,
I
I
mean,
bet.
just unreal.
Yeah.
And I try to I try to treat it like it's just a wonderful trip, a big
Yeah.
experience, and
Yeah.
and try to give as much as I can, and look at it like it's a blessing.
Yeah.
Gratitude is a really big deal.
So
Good
important.
boy, in this business, you can get pulled into the BS, and it's real easy to get into and try to just,
Yeah.
so I've had a lot of good encouragement around me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of
but-
voice actors are really, really down to earth and very giving and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So it's
Yeah.
a wonderful community.
It's a great space to
It is.
occupy.
I mean, these people.
Yeah.
It's amazing. The people. Yes, they're your competition, etc. But they're your best friend. They are, honest to God. And I'm not being Mr. Hollywood. Like, oh, they're my best friend. They really are.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
we all get each other work. It's
Exactly.
everyone looks out for each other.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's like, and the other thing too is, your kung fu is good. You see somebody, you see you work with a Jeff Bennett and go, oh, that's why you're you. Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Kevin. Oh, Michael. You get
Yeah.
you get why people are the way
Yeah.
they are, and so it's like the hat's off. You're just
Yeah.
constantly amazed at the people around you.
Yeah.
And it makes you better
Of course.
Yeah.
because you get inspired. You
Yeah.
get like you
Yeah.
get
Because
oh.
you said you're curious, you're open, you're not like, yeah, I got this, I'm done. You're
No.
always
Yeah,
looking
you
never
to
be
grow
you
and
know
done.
grow.
that you step up your game because
Yeah.
Yeah.
the guys you're working with are like friggin' on fire.
Yeah,
right?
and you again we go back to you can't compete against them.
No.
you can compete. So I'm a swimmer. Like
Yeah.
I compete against myself.
Yeah.
and I'm just going to make myself as best as I can be.
There you go.
And
That's really,
and and then it makes it fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting peace, having people in your life and nature is good.
Yeah.
And
I know.
a philosophical, you know, be really philosophical, spiritual, religious outlook, and that could be anything. I don't mean, you know,
Yeah.
just having something to kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I know. I hike every day. It's like my morning
Yeah,
meditation.
exactly.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
What are you most proud of in your life,
Yeah, Fred.
Fred?
Come on, Freddie.
I don't know. What am I most proud of in my life?
Being on VL Buzz Weekly. Really?
I think, thank you. I think that's what I'm
Well,
most.
Chuck,
Incredible.
we're gonna go.
Give us something
I'm
else.
amazed I'm still alive.
Yeah.
I made it here to VL Buzz Weekly. I'm very happy.
And what else?
Yeah.
Let's try for another one.
Oh gosh, I'm again, and this is gonna sound so silly. I'm proud of the people in my life. I'm proud of that. I'm able to live here and do what I do.
Yeah.
That's really, and when it's pride, it sounds really weird to say it like that.
Well,
But
no,
but
but
no,
I
I'm
mean,
actually
but I
proud
mean,
of that.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's a
I'm
huge-
actually like, oh,
It's
okay.
a huge accomplishment,
Yeah.
man. You know, the
You
whole
know.
world wants to do that.
I'm
you know?
proud of, yeah.
No, it wasn't always easy. You pushed through and you persisted and you didn't give up on yourself, which is the most
and
important.
I had
thing.
I had people in my life who believed in me.
Yeah.
You know, I really did, and I would not have made it without them. I mean, really.
Yeah. Well, and I know you pay that forward because you know everyone. You're a good friend to have.
Well, thanks.
You know,
You
'cause
know.
you definitely reach out and help other
Try,
people. And
you
that's-
know, because it's like
beautiful.
if we can't be for each other, then what the heck, you know? What's the
Exactly.
point?
Why live?
But yeah, exactly.
Why live?
Well, there's, you know, yeah, you're right.
So Fred,
Yes.
you're gonna need to pick up your pad on this one. We're gonna talk about what are some current projects. My little ducky, and you know, current projects, and you're big about giving back and any other charities, things that you're passionate
well,
about. So.
very passionate about Make-A-Wish Foundation. That is really something to keep going with, and I'm trying to do a little more with that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And children's hospitals. That's always fun. And there's working on a project with Guillermo del Toro, which has blown my mind. I don't know if I can go into it very much,
Okay.
but that's been exciting, and I'm geeking out over that.
Yeah.
Really geeked out over the Star Wars movie. Got to do some voices
gosh,
of
that's so
aliens in
cool.
that. Freaked me out.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was really fun when you get to do those kind of things,
Heck yeah.
or work on Star Trek and speak Klingon. That was a big thing for me, learning Klingon on another movie. But regular show still going. Family Guy has been really good. Still going with that. Robot Chicken, Star Wars show. You know, Rebel Pig, Goat, Banana, Cricket. Kung Fu Panda's done, but still out there.
Yes,
For-
yes.
Breadwinners.
Breadwinners.
It was a really fun show. You get a chance to see that.
We're gonna
And-
You and
definitely
little
check
Eric
that out.
Bauza.
yeah, that's right. We're having fun with that. Big Oak Banana Cricket's another one. Cricket that's just insane and really fun. And the Avengers.
Oh.
That's been still going on. Hulk and the
Wow.
Agents of Smash, we stopped, but it's still out there,
Yeah,
and I
it's
really
still out there a
appreciate
lot,
yeah.
people being into it. That's really
Totally.
fun.
Yeah.
That was such a joy to work on, and we're having fun with the Avengers.
Right
and,
on, dude.
and gotten to do little Guardians of the Galaxy too. That's really been fun.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
are one.
And then there's the whole
busy.
game after game
Well, there's
after
games
game.
that I can talk. Halo just got released.
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun. Playing these the elite, the Sangheili, lizard, terrible lizard people,
So you'll do another 250
Yeah.
games.
I don't
We'll
know.
have a
this year.
party when you hit 500
Let's
next
do
month.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
God willing.
So
you know?
cool. So cool.
So cool, buddy. So
All right.
we're going to ask you one last question.
And
Two. Oh wait. I know the answer.
That's the answer.
Two.
this is from the geometry textbook from
I knew
your
it.
junior high school.
Yeah.
Give
Take
me
out your calculator.
Yes.
Try Casa. Oh, go ahead. Okay.
Give me a number between 5 and 129, please.
A number between five.
Ooh.
All
Whoa,
right.
nobody's picked that.
Right? Okay. Oh. Okay.
She's like, maybe not. Not that one.
Well,
he
no, I'm
figured
trying-
the easy questions are at the beginning.
No,
okay.
no.
If you could rid the earth of one thing,
Mm-hmm.
what would it be?
I would say fascism.
Fascism.
I think we're if your religion or is telling you to get rid of somebody, you've got it wrong. You know, I think we need to start to kind of grow together as a world.
I
Heal,
think you're
heal.
If I could save one puppy. No, but yeah, it's true. I feel like
Yeah.
I think there's too much crazy hate going on.
Yeah.
I mean, hate can be wonderful, you know, and done in a context.
Yeah.
Anger's motivating,
Yeah.
but enough of this
Yeah,
this
there's too much.
nonsense. I mean, there's so much more that we have to do after that. But
Yeah.
if we could just kind of get over
That would be a
poverty's
big-
another one, but
Right.
that's something that we could
Right.
work on
Yeah,
if we get rid of
Mm-hmm.
the, you know, subjugation of people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, man,
Fred.
you are something else. You really
Love
are.
you too.
Not only are you crazy freaking talented, man, but you're such a sweetheart. You have such an amazing heart.
Big, beautiful heart.
I'm glad that we had the opportunity to sit here with you and get to
so
know you a little
honored.
bit. And
Your show rocks.
we're buddies now, right? Like
Yeah,
we're
we
hanging
are.
out like all the time.
We are.
Thank you so
You're
much.
so wonderful.
Fred and I are
You're
like
always
this,
welcome
baby.
here. We
We
love you.
are. Yeah.
That's
Yes.
so cool. And so
very
before we go,
Yeah.
We're gonna make
okay?
a pyramid.
Yeah, before we go, a little bit of Hendrix. Come on.
Oh.
Oh,
Here we go. You're watching VO Buzz Weekly with Chuck and Stacy. Oh, looking really beautiful over there, right on that couch. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Here we go.
We're gonna be back next week with another show. So watch it.
Represent. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. My name's Fred Tatasciore, and I just got buzzed with Chuck and Stacy. And I had a great time on the show. I mean, just a blast. And remember, be the change that you want to have in the world. I'm looking at you. I'm serious. Do it. Do it. Do it now.
Well, that's all the hulking we're gonna do with Fred Tatasciore. But hey, man, was Fred not amazing or what?
he's so wonderful. He's
One of
a
the nicest guys.
Gentle, sweet
Ah.
heart.
He's like a gentle giant.
He is. Don't let that roaring fool you. He's
Absolutely. But you know what? We're gonna be back next week with another episode for you guys, so stay tuned.
awesome. Yes, we will. And keep up with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We love you guys. Thanks so much for watching. And just remember, you always have time for a little buzz.